Hello. Well, I guess there's no point in me trying to hide what kind of game we're playing with any suspense, because the game gave it away in the first 10 seconds, but there we go. This is Dragon Age Inquisition. You can tell by the relish in my voice, this is one of my favourite games of all time. I honestly, I'm a huge fan of the Dragon Age series, as you guys know. I played Origins on the channel, played Dragon Age 2 on the channel, but I've had dozens of playthroughs of both of those games. It is one of my favourite series. Does it have its missteps in writing? Yes. Does it have things I can criticise? Yes, because every piece of work can. Nothing's perfect. But I really like what Dragon Age tries to do with the fantasy setting. And I really like the fact that it is unabashed about its wanting to be gaming's answer to Lord of the Rings. And I think that is a really cool point to make. This is a game that is very, very important to me. It came out in my second year of university when I was, at the time, a friend of mine had dropped out of university and I was on my own and I didn't really know what to do. And this game was always on the horizon, and when it came out, you know, I associate this game with things getting better in my life, because my life goes up and down, like most people's lives do. But mine especially has ups and downs, and I was just coming out of a down when this came out. It is something that is one of the best role-playing campaigns I've ever done. I was playing Dragon Age Inquisition at the time, you know, and I associate it with really good memories. Two of my most foundational relationships that made me into the person I am today, with growth and personal confidence, were both intrinsically linked to Dragon Age Inquisition. You know, I had one lady that I met through Dragon Age Inquisition, and I had one lady who played through 1, 2, you know, Origins 2 and 3. In fact, my ex, you know, from when I was in the States, has said multiple times, she was a huge Tolkien fan, and she said she'll never forget the experience of playing those 3 games back to back to back. And that's why I've not played the game for a little while. I was expecting to do it as soon as I got off the plane, to be honest with you. That was my plan. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But I think now's the time. I think now I'm ready, now's the time. Let's go and do it. Let's go and play some Dragon Age Inquisition. Is it bloated in places? Yes. But I have always thought about Inquisition. The best way to play it is to play it on your own terms. Just like Dragon Age 2, really. Forget about what has come before, just play it on your own terms. And make sure that you're leaving the content that you don't that you know isn't going to do you very much. And, you know, play the content that you want to play, and that's what we're going to do. And we're going to play every single piece of story content that there is. You're going to be insanely powerful by the end of the playthrough, but fetch quests and all that sort of things we're just going to leave to the side. We're not going to do that. So we will be continuing the story that we already have on the channel. So if you've watched Dragon Age Origins on the channel, if you've watched Dragon Age 2, we played every single bit of DLC or content for both of those games. This is the continuation of that save file. I've been into Dragon Age Keep. I've taken everything down from Dragon Age Keep. I've fine-tuned it. This is exactly the save file that is brought over from the first 2 games. So let's give it a go, shall we? So we'll be playing a male. Anyone who knows me or has seen me stream this before, just checking that stream's working, yep. Seen me stream this before, knows that I'm going to play a Qunari, because Qunaris are the best. Qunaris are amazing. I do not like what they did with the Qunari in Dragon Age Inquisition in one way. Everything else I was fine with in one way. And that is the opinions of Iron Bull. And it is his opinions on transgender characters, right? In Dragon Age Origins, if you play as a woman, Sten, who is a Qunari, is completely aghast that you are a warrior, because in the Qun, women are not warriors. Women are merchants or priests. They're never warriors, and he can't get his head around this. But as the game goes on, and you fight by his side, he comes to respect you, and in the end he says, well, maybe the Qun's wrong, maybe women can be warriors. And that's fucking cool, right? That's awesome. Because you're showing the growth of a character. You're showing the growth of the Qunari. You're not telling us that the Qunari are different. Show, don't tell. This game, the writer for Iron Bull decided to tell, not show. That he preaches to you, essentially, about how transgender people deserve equality, which indeed they do, but I don't need my video games to tell me that. Quite simply. And I'm not a fan of how he basically cuts the balls off the Qunari and says, no. Because whenever Iron Bull, he has a transgender person in his mercenary company, and if you make any notion that, yeah, but you're a woman though, aren't you? Like, he goes off his fucking head, and he's so annoyed at you for saying that. And I mean, he doesn't shout at you, but you can tell just by the tone of the voice. You can tell. And whenever he speaks about this transgender person, he goes really defensive on her behalf. Now, on his behalf, sorry. So now, that's not true though, because if you'd played Dragon Age Origins, you'd know that's not how the Qunari think. In Dragon Age Origins, you change the mind of a Qunari by showing him that, hey, do you know what? Women are badass. Yeah, hey, you know what? Like, you can be more than what your sex tells you are when you're born. And Sten comes to that conclusion on his own, through character growth, right? Blindly telling us how something is preaching, and I can't stand it. I cannot stand preachiness in writing. It's ridiculous. Okay? And that's what they do with the Qunari in this game, in that one instance. But it's always stuck with me. It's always stuck in my craw. I'm like, doesn't taste good. Like, just, there's nothing wrong with having races and cultures in your setting that don't agree with your own personal politics. In fact, it's a very healthy thing to do. There are many governments in my settings which are abhorrent to me. There are totalitarian regimes. There are extremely conservative, nationalistic societies. There are tons of failed utopias. That there are where the left and the right have been taken to the far extreme and collapsed society. Right? That's completely healthy because you're exploring these other things that in real life you don't really want to do, but it's giving you an excuse to explore these things and see what they do, see how they react. And do you know what? In Dragon Age Origins, one of those conservative characters in the Sten, he's won over. He changes his opinion because he's a quote unquote human being with human emotions, with a human brain, who can take criticism, and he changes his opinion because the evidence that he gets conflicts with his own beliefs. How lovely is that? But no, in Dragon Age Inquisition, they just tell you that the Qunari like transgender people now. Again, a much better way of writing that in this game would be to have Krem, who is the transgender person, right? Have him be at odds with Iron Bull, and he earns the respect of Iron Bull to the point where Iron Bull says, you know what? I don't give a shit what you were born as. You're a really good warrior. That's fine. Done. Fine. That's really well written. Or say that Iron Bull has been away from the Qun for so long that he now disagrees with the Qun. That's also fine. That's also fine. But they don't do that. They don't do that. They tell you that all Qunari think this way. And that's wrong. And that's wrong. But anyway, that's my little rant on the Qunari. And again, I've got no problem with people. I'd rather they didn't put their own political beliefs into things, but I've got no problem with them putting it in. I just wish it was handled better in this game, and it's not. It's handled in a very whack you over the head sort of way, and it's not really something that I like. But we do get 10% physical damage resistance, so there is that. They did give us that, so I guess it's all fine. So we are going to play a mage. Now, I have mods installed on the game that allow me to basically use any armor and weapon set as any class, because I hate it when games lock you from doing certain things because you want to be a certain person. It doesn't really make the game any easier. In fact, it makes it harder because I'm not doing that many spells and whacking people with my sword all the time. But I like the fact that the Qunari's mages are quite combat oriented. All the Sarabas are quite combat oriented. And that's what I want, and I want to be a magey Qunari, so there you go. We're playing on normal. So, followers of the strict religious philosophy, it's not that strict though, is it, Kiki? Because you keep changing every 5 minutes, but no, leave it. Followers of the strict religious philosophy known of the Qunari appeared like a tidal wave to the north of Thedas 300 years ago. Thedas, by the way, stands for the Dragon Age setting, if you didn't know. You are Talvashoth, a Qunari who has rejected the Qun and never lived within Qunari lands. You have earned a place within the Valorcast mercenary company as its mage, possessing abilities that would have made you a pet slave amongst your own people, ignoring the fearful looks you receive from those around you. Most recently, the company was sent to the Chantry Conclave, hired swords meant to keep the peace, a task that has gone horribly wrong. So, then the Dragon Age 2, the Mage and Templar War, kicks off. It has spread to the entire world, and we were just a lowly mercenary hired to keep the peace at the Peace Summit between Mages and Templars. But it's all gone wrong. What a surprise. And by the way, before I start, I just want to clarify, right? I think it's really cool that Krem is in this story. In fact, he is one of my favourite characters in this game, because he is actually really well written, and his backstory is really, really cool. But I don't like tokenism, and I think it belittles not just people reading it, but it belittles the people you're trying to help. For instance, Dorian in this game is gay, but his whole character arc is about him being gay. Like, that's not all people are. That's not, like, being gay is not all you are. If you are gay, that is like 1/10% of who you are as a person. And the fact that it just reads like people trying to, it just reads, it's horrible, right? That's what I mean. I don't mean they shouldn't be in the game. Yeah, Krem should be in this game, but it should be handled differently, right? You should show the struggle these people have to go through on a daily basis. Not just be like, no, everyone accepts and this is utopia. No, this is a dark setting. Dragon Age is a dark setting. That's how you've set it up. If you wanted it to be utopia from the start, great, but that's not what this game is. That's not what this setting is. It's dark, and people aren't always forgiving of other people. People are quite racist in this game, and there's nothing wrong with that, because you're exploring real-world things in a fictional setting. Right? That's what I mean. We did have a, Dragon Age keep save. Lovely. It is the second, so it's third today. Yep, lovely. Let's do it. Okay, it's Man Mountain. Alright, we always use the first one, because the rest of them are a bit weird. Like, one's got a really tiny nose, one's really like massive and fat. Oh, God. Just neck beard. No. I have used this one before, but I like this one. So, in terms of skin tone, we go to the ashen skin. Complexion, we have the one... There's one real weird one at the end. Looks like a bloody glue puppet. Look at that. No, but we'll go for this one, I think. Yeah, this one. Eye colour. There we go. It's a magey eye colour. I'll come back to that in a minute. Head and ears. See, normally when you're playing bestial races, like the Qunari, because they have horns and shit, you don't really need to put much effort into making them look good. It's one of the main things about playing such of these races, because you can just go, you know what? Doesn't matter how he looks, because look at him, he's got horns. But you can actually make some really good looking characters in Dragon Age Inquisition, which is, the character creation from Dragon Age Inquisition is one of the best that I've ever come across in games. I have to give BioWare props for this. It is a fantastic character creator. One of the best. Put it that way. Eye shape. I'm fine with these eyes, to be honest, but we can... Oh, they're pretty cool. Yeah, I like those. Eye size is fine. Eye position. Eyebrow style. Now, there is one that looks like it's got a cut in it. It's that one, but they're too thin. That's pretty cool. Like that one. Coolio. It's almost impossible to make good noses in games these days. Almost impossible. Look at the size of them. Face position, tip size, nostril size. So my sleeping pattern, bit of personal information, but my sleeping pattern is all over the place because I'm quite a nocturnal person. I'll go to bed at like 2 or 3 in the morning after doing a bit of writing, you know, and I'll sleep. And recently I've had a restless mind, so I've not been sleeping that well, but I've been sleeping eventually. I'm in quite early tomorrow, so these are always the days where I'm a bit down because I'm thinking, oh god, I'm going to be so knackered tomorrow, do you know what I mean? Because I'm not going to sleep that well and blah blah, which is true. But at the same time, if you've ever had that as a person, just remember, like, it's never as bad as you think it is. What I mean by that is, you may be tired tomorrow, but it's never as bad as you think it is. And when you get home, yeah, you'll just have a nap. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, and I'm the same. Like tomorrow, like I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna have a nap. I'm in school. I'm teaching, tutoring, like teaching 5 days a week, but I'm in school 2 days a week, which basically means that Friday and Thursday and Friday are my big days. There are days where I've got to be compos mentis and I've got to be, because I'm going to school, I'm going to teach in the classroom. But at the end of the day, like, oh yeah, every other day of the week I can be in at like 12, 1 in the afternoon, so I don't really need to go to bed early. For these 2 days I do need to go to bed early, but I never do because there's no point. I'm just going to lie there and not sleep. So we're at 10:30 now, but I just figured I'd start tonight because I wanted to. Quite simply, I wanted to. And my bit of personal information there for you, but I don't know. I like sharing with you guys. Do any of you guys find it harder to go to sleep when you've got something you have to be up for? I do. Scars, we're not doing that for now. We'll do that later. I'm going to do that in the Black Emporium later, because I like to wait until things have happened in his life to give him scars and shit before I give him scars. I don't know. It's just something cool I like to do. That is cool.
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Right, horns. Those are our horns. Beard. 5 o'clock shadow. I think that's cool. I like that guy. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to have his hair colour be a bit lighter than that. There we go. What do you guys think? Bit too light, I know. We'll go with that.
You leave me no choice. You leave me no choice.
Right, say something else.
How much is this going to cost me exactly? I just hope I can help. Everything you've heard, completely true.
I like him. You gotta go to makeup, not because you're wearing makeup, because you gotta take this lip shine off. It's very weird how they put that in the game as standard. Alrighty, that is our Qunari. Chip changes. Not Karas. It's Canos. Ghost hair. Yeah, I think that's something that a Talvashoth would be called if he was a mage. He's got light hair, ghost hair. I'm playing an orc in Skyrim at the moment called Gormal Ghost Hair. So I think I'm going to use ghost hair as a thing. They're always going to have light hair and be quite tall and ghosty. I don't know. So if you're wondering how we're going to play Canos, he is a very uncompromising Qunari. He's been hard brought up, so he doesn't suffer fools gladly, put it that way. He doesn't have time for nonsense. And he doesn't like the Fade, even though he's a mage. Because he thinks it's ruined his life, basically. And he kind of agrees with the Qun on that.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead. Except for you.
So if you've seen our playthroughs of Dragon Age Origins and 2, you'll know who these two people are. Leliana was in Dragon Age Origins. That our Warden had, I think he had a thing with her, but he didn't get with her. And then Cassandra was in Dragon Age 2 as the person who was interrogating Varric. He's going to remain silent. He's not answering this. Fuck this bitch.
Explain this.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need him, Cassandra.
The thing about playing Qunari in this part in Dragon Age Inquisition is it's hilarious. Like the fact that this guy becomes like the leader of the faith and is this Jesus-like figure, and he looks like this. It's just hilarious. When you've met the thing that jumps out at me about Iron Bull, and that's why I brought him up before, is that I really like Iron Bull because 99% of his writing is amazing. Like when he finally sees you and you're Qunari, and he's like, oh my god, you're seriously Qunari? I didn't. It's just hilarious. But yeah, no one cages me, bitch.
Whatever you think I did, I'm innocent.
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember running. Things were chasing me, and then a woman.
A woman?
She reached out to me, but then...
Go to the Ford Camp, Liliana. I will take him to the rift.
What did happen?
It will be easier to show you.
Look at the size of him compared to her.
We call it the Breach. It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act, the breach may grow until it swallows the world. Each time the breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
You say it may be the key. To doing what?
Closing the breach. Whether that's possible is something we shall discover shortly. It is our only chance, however. And yours.
You still think I did this? To myself?
Not intentionally. Something clearly went wrong.
And if I'm not responsible?
Someone is, and you are our only suspect. You wish to prove your innocence? This is the only way.
Oh. The reason why I'm choosing the good option here, or the good response, is that his Velocast mercenary brothers are up there. So by, you know, nothing's going to stop him from going and seeing if they're alright.
I understand.
Then...
I'll do what I can. Whatever it takes.
They have decided your guilt. They need it. The people of Haven mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The Conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars. She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed. There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
Your mark must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
That's jump.
I cry. Seat me by your side in death.
Not sure I like that.
Make me one within your glory. And let the world once more see your favor.
Not sure I like that. Let me just have a little look at the old options here. Bindings, key bindings. So what's jump? Jump is shift. No, it's not. It's this now. And pause on pause can be shift. Wonderful. Is there a walk button? Hold positions. Quick heal. Or even better, is there a... Is there pad support? That'd be even better if we do that. Let's see. No, not so far. Okay. You just confirm changes, yes. Interface. HUD visibility, floating text, gameplay, difficulty, no. Controls. Ah, so it's got to be start when the game started. I see. So what we'll do, we'll save it there, and I'll restart with the pad. Because that would save me a lot of nonsense if I can just use the pad. That would be nice. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Wouldn't leave you alone. Right, Xbox controller is plugged in. Let's get on with it, shall we? Didn't actually think of using a controller. Glad I did, though. From what I know, the game can be annoying and not recognising certain controller setups. I have no idea why. It's a BioWare game. I mean, you know. Controls, class keyboard, yay! Gamepad. Yes. Lovely. Now I can sit back and not sit so far on my table.
Your mark must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
Give me a second. Sorry, just got to rattle that a little bit. So I love the fact that if you're a Qunari, then their response to you is very natural. When if you're a human, I'm like, well, why do they hate me so much? But as a Qunari, they're like, yeah, this guy literally just killed the Pope. You know, you would look at this guy and think he's guilty, wouldn't you?
The valley.
Michael, it's the end of the world.
Not good.
The pulses are coming faster now. The larger the breach grows, the more rifts appear, the more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was. Everything farther in the valley was laid waste, including the Temple of Sacred Ashes. I suppose you'll see soon enough.
I'm gonna... Again, this is just starting the game issues, but I'm gonna have a look at the graphics to make sure everything is on high. Yeah, ultra, 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 ultra. Full. Yep, 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 yep. Ultra. Ultra. Don't know why things aren't on full. Ultra. Ultra. Confirm changes. Right. Wouldn't be one of my Let's Plays without a little bit of shenanigans and getting it started. Again, I would have looked at this before, but I wanted to make sure my mods worked first. To be honest with you. But hey, I once saw a guy play this called Law Runner, and he essentially took, I think it was like 4 restarts as he was trying to get things underway. Trying to get all of his mods in order, because he was using cheats to get through the game. Because he was, again, he's a law runner. He's not really there to make sure that he's getting the most out of the challenge of the game, you know. Come on, boom. Go. And look at that, his hair's back to normal. That's what was freaking me out. His hair would look really weird. If you don't have anything on Ultra, his hair looks really weird if you modded it in. I'd be down if I'm playing with that all night. Kidding, are you? The size of me. Bigger than you.
It's over.
Drop your weapon. Now!
Do you really think I need a staff to be dangerous?
Is that supposed to reassure me?
I haven't used my magic on you yet.
You're right. You don't need a staff, but you should have one. I cannot protect you. I should remember you agreed to come willingly.
I like I like what he says. I don't need the staff to be dangerous, because he's literally not going to use the staff.
Take these potions. Maker knows what we will face.
Where are all your soldiers?
At the forward camp or fighting. We are on our own for now.
Okay. So this game's so massive, the title credits don't even roll for the first 10, 15 hours. Yeah, the title credits, not the game credits. So if you were watching me play Resident Evil, yeah, Resident Evil 2 and 3 pass before this game starts.
There! Watch out! If we flank them, we may gain the advantage.
Hey. Can I use my inventory now? Oh, I can. What do I have in weapons? Just my stuff. Okay. Mercenary coat, mercenary coat. Alright. Hopefully I'll get another weapon I can use in a minute.
Up on the hill. It attacks from a distance.
You can make some incredibly tanky mage builds in this, by the way. Right. Let's have a little look-see here. Give me some looty loots. The thing about not using if you're using a controller, clicking the loot is so difficult. You're just pixel hunting to try and pick it up.
Ah! They're falling from the breach!
Alright. You will notice he's going to take damage for a while because, well, I can't get any barriers up right now until I level up. Yeah, there are certain builds you can only make with mods, and the build I'm going for is one of them. So, it's not like a battle mage sort of a guy, front and center, you know.
We're getting close to the rift. You can hear the fighting.
Who's fighting?
You'll see soon. We must help them.
Quickly! Before more come through! What did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
You mean this?
Opened the breach in the sky, also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass deep in demons forever. Varric Tethras, rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
Are you with the Chantry, or...?
Was that a serious question?
Technically, I'm a prisoner, just like you.
I brought you here to tell your story to the Divine. Clearly, that is no longer necessary.
Yet, here I am. Lucky for you, considering current events.
That's a nice crossbow you have there.
Ah, isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca?
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
Ugh.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
You seem to know a great deal about it all.
Like you, Solus is an apostate.
Technically, all mages are now apostates, Cassandra. My travels have allowed me to learn much of the Fade, far beyond the experience of any circle mage. I came to offer whatever help I can give with the breach. If it is not closed, we are all doomed regardless of origin.
If I can close the breach, I will.
Cassandra, you should know, the magic involved here is unlike any I've seen. Your prisoner is a mage, but I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well, Bianca's excited.
This way, down the bank. The road ahead is blocked.
We must move quickly.
Yeah, I want to do some looty loot first. Where's the looty loot? There's no looty loot here. Bad game design. Should be spawning loot. Oh, get up the way though. Shadow essence. I want to test if that mod's working and lets me have any weapon I want. Oh. I want to... Yeah, I can have the fire staff, I know that. Doesn't seem to be working. Unfortunate. Weird. Because she can have the... Oh, she's using the Inquisition longsword, right. Okay, so it should be working. So can I unequip that? Right, and I should be able to go back to my friend here and equip him with that. And voila, we have a mage who's using a sword! Sorry, Cassandra, you can have that back now. Just need to test that out. Fire staff is nice, we'd like that. Cassandra using a sword. Good. Hooray. Let's go. Yeah, can't wait to give them some heavy armor. That's another bullshit thing. Mages can't wear heavy armor. I've never liked that in games. I've always thought that was a bit shitty. I'm not picking up the iron because Kanos wouldn't know he needs to pick it up yet. Yeah, I've always thought it was a bit shitty.
Glad you brought me now, Seeker.
Let's do this. But I don't want to. I have also installed a mod called More Banter. It gives you more banter and makes sure that your party talks to each other quite a lot more, because there's a bug in the original game where they wouldn't. So all those, you know, dozens of hours of voice work that they put into the game wasn't getting done properly. Which is shitty, really. One other thing that I really like about this, there's a thing in the in Haven, where we're about to go after this, you know, the main hub area, called the Golden Nug, and it gives you stuff from your previous playthrough as well. Not only have I been doing previous playthroughs, but a lot of my exes have been doing previous playthroughs as well. So I get all their stuff. Yay. Oh, small consolations, eh? It's always good to be lonely, but, you know, got small consolations. I joke, of course. Ready? See, 56 gold in Dragon Age Origins is an amazing amount of money. In this, not so much. Oops.
We had Qunari in Kirkwall. A whole boatload of them. They were your typical cheerless sort, then they tried to take over the city and kill everyone. But I'm guessing you don't actually follow the Qun, do you? You're Talvishoth.
Surprising you could tell something like that.
Well, you haven't recited a single quote from the Prophet Kosloon yet. So unless you're trying to stay on the Seeker's good side, I'd say that's pretty telling.
See, you don't hear lines like that unless you go off the beaten path.
That didn't sound good. So, are you innocent?
I don't remember what happened.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
I hope Liliana made it through all this.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
We will see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
You can certainly see the Frostbite engine looks very nice, don't you? But this game, the Frostbite engine isn't made for RPGs, so the poor people making this game were in such a
Another
sorry
rift!
state.
We must seal it! Quickly! Okay, Thomas, help us!
One down!
Hurry! Use the mark!
Character record. We will go with. Oh God! All right. We will go with.
Open the gate.
Right away, Lady Cassandra.
We're clear for the moment. Well done.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
You, Cassandra, the Most Holy? Haven't you all done enough already? Enough! I will not have it! Ah! Here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who he is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk. A bureaucrat.
And you are a thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the Most Holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead! We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here.
You shouldn't even be here! Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
Now you're asking me what I think.
You have the mark?
And you are the one we must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own,
I don't think this matters very much, but I always like to charge.
I say we charge. I won't survive long enough for your trial. Whatever happens, happens now.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
Got to loot as much as you can.
Another favorite.
How many rifts are there?
We must seal it if we are to get past!
Quickly then!
Let's jump out the way.
They can take you!
as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Lady Cassandra, you managed to close the rift. Well done.
Do not congratulate me, Commander. This is the prisoners' doing.
Is it? I hope they're right about you. We've lost a lot of people getting you here.
You'll lose a lot more unless I get to the breach.
Indeed. The way to the temple should be clear. Liliana will try to meet you there.
Then we'd best move quickly. Give us time, Commander.
Make her watch over you, for all our sakes.
The Temple of Sacred Ashes.
What's left of it?
That is where you walked out of the Fade, and our soldiers found you. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was.
So this is actually from Dragon Age 1. This area. One thing I really do think they missed an opportunity with was the areas. I think they could have done a lot better with the making them look a bit more like they were from Origins. Considering this is the first time you've been back to them in a while.
Is a long way up.
You're here. Thank the Maker.
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple. This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
I'm assuming you have a plan to get me up there?
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Now is the hour of our victory. Bring forth the sacrifice.
What are we hearing?
At a guess, the person who created the breach.
You know this stuff is red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
But what's it doing here?
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
As we know from Dragon Age
The
2.
sacrifice is still.
Someone help me! That is Divine Justinia's voice.
As we know from Dragon Age 2, Varric knows all about red lyrium.
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but...
What's going on here?
Run while you can! Hold them!
We have an intruder. Slay the Qunari.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she? Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Echoes of what happened here. The fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready!
Shit.
We must strip its defenses, wear it down. The demon is vulnerable. Now!
Wonder why I've lost health here.
More coming through the rift.
I'll get Cassandra up. What's she firing at? Don't know what the Leon is firing at. Oh, never mind. Oh, damn it. A bit of that. It's tanky, isn't he?
Now! Seal the rift! Do it!
didn't know you were awake. I swear.
Is this another prison?
No. I mean, I don't think so.
Then where am I? Tell me.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You're back in Haven, my lord. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
So, a trial happens now, I suppose?
I don't know anything about that. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
These clothes do not fit you, my man. Thank you. That's cool. Must be all of the schematics for the DLC armor. Patient observations. Vain hope someone better at this than me takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. Day 1, clammy, shallow breathing, pulse over fast, not responsive. Pupils dilated. Mage says his scarring mark is thrumming with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar in here just in case. Okay. Okay. I like this little room there. Doing this for effect because he would be slightly worried by this turn of events. What is going on?
That's him. That's the Herald of Andraste. They said when he came out of the Fade, Andraste herself was watching over him.
Hush. We shouldn't disturb him.
Why did Lady Cassandra have him in chains? I thought Seekers knew everything.
It's complicated. We were all frightened after the explosion at the Conclave.
It isn't complicated. Andraste herself blessed him. Make her be with you.
Shows religious fanaticism. What I like about Inquisition, though, it shows both sides of religion, in that how it divides and how it can make really stupid people do really idiotic things. Yes, but also shows how it can like unite people and how people can actually become better people through it and things like that. I quite like that.
That's him. He stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
I heard he was supposed to close it entirely. Still, it's more than anyone else has done. Demons would have had us otherwise.
Bit harsh, isn't it? Thought I did quite well.
Chancellor Roderick says that the Chantry wants nothing to do with us.
That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister.
Most of the Greyjoys died at the Conclave. Who knows now?
Have you gone completely mad? He should be taken to Val Royo immediately, to be tried by whomever becomes divine.
I do not believe he is guilty.
The Qunari failed, Seeker. The breach is still in the sky. For all you know, he intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to serve the principles on which the Chantry was founded, Chancellor, as is yours.
Chain him! I want him prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
Let me guess. You need my help.
You have done plenty. Your actions will be taken into account by the new Divine.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone Most Holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to him for help.
So his survival, that thing on his hand, all a coincidence?
Providence. The Maker sent him to us in our darkest hour.
Fucking kidding me.
"5 minutes ago, you wanted me dead, and now I'm your savior?"
I was wrong. Perhaps I still am. I will not, however, pretend you were not exactly what we needed when we needed it.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order, with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of Old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
What is the Inquisition of Old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new Divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
What if I refuse?
You can go if you wish.
You should know that while some believe you chosen, many still think you guilty. The Inquisition can only protect you if you are with us.
We can also help you.
It will not be easy if you stay. But you cannot pretend this has not changed you.
If you're truly trying to restore order...
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
And that is the start to Dragon Age Inquisition. So I'm just going to put my armor back on. This is quite cool. Don't want to terrify people though. Do we have... I wonder why that would be there. Do we have... Oh, I can't use that. That shouldn't have any restrictions on it. Not that it bothers me. Let's save it. Oops, gonna save it there for a minute.
So we're heretics, just like that. Should we surrender?
I quite like this stuff, but I want to make sure that I can actually use the weapons that I want to use.
My Creator, judge me whole. Find me well within your grace. Touch me with fire that I be
You're
cleansed.
awake and out of Lady
Tell me I
Cassandra's
have
clutches.
sung to your
And here I paid that little knife ear to inform me the moment you were free. No matter, no matter. Sigrid, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do.
One person can't solve all problems.
Not with that attitude, at least. Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little tight, given the circumstances.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Oh, didn't even have to speak to you. Okay. Right, so you've got Barbarian Maul. Yeah. Rugged Battle Axe. Let's just see, shall we? Barbarian Maul, Rugged Battle Axe. Let's have that. Oh, it's the sidearm one. Whoops. I was wondering where it was. I was like, what the hell's that? Barbarian Maul. Yeah, that's more like it. Look at that. Right, so we can use our own weapons. That's good. Right, in that case, I will see you guys next time. We'll be carrying on our journey in Dragon Age Inquisition. So, I'll see you then.